across.
Hey! Good morning!
When you play the game, man, you better know your options. Don't try to photocopy when you out here being saucy. It's getting too spicy.
Good morning! Casey, good morning.
You better know your options. Don't try to photocopy when you out here being saucy.
It's getting too spicy, I ain't even had my coffee.
I'm up early in the morning, time to get it in. Time to
Mr.
show you what I've been doing. They saying fools rush in, but I'm coming with a passion. I'm trying to get to know you while you're thinking that I'm asking. I like to get it poppin', cause my sound is supersonic. I done came
Hey,
so far,
let's
it's early in
thank you, Miss Bob. Let's go. Oh my.
Golden State. Ain't no tossing and turning all the time for insomnia. I know the best way to make it is to cut the drama and give it my all and follow through on what I promise. And even if I fail, at least I was honest. See, I
am the most honest.
My power to do it.
Lead Pac, how's it going, brother?
I use it like a fool. If I wanna make it to the top, I gotta study clues, or I can sit back and just watch the news. Don't try to photocopy, you can never top me. I was born to be the winner, you can never stop me.
Don't try to in excess greetings.
I was born to be a winner, you could never stop me. Don't be wrapped up in your feelings and be careful when you flashing. And when you play the game, man, you better know your options.
Godfather.
Photocopy when you out here being saucy. It's getting too spicy, I ain't even had my coffee.
Good morning,
Toy. Don't be wrapped up in your feelings and be careful when you flashing. And when you play the game, man, you better know your options. Don't try to photocopy when you out here being saucy.
Alright, let's get this show started, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we came to do.
Yeah. It's me, Zeus.
It is.
Sometimes it gotta be this
Good morning, Jess. How are you?
It really does, but it shouldn't.
Yeah, let's go, ladies and gentlemen.
If you not my dog, I'ma have to cut you off. I'ma have to cut you off. I'ma have to cut you off. If you not my dog,
Oh, I'm sorry, Nutty.
I'ma have to cut you off.
I'm sorry, Nutty.
I'ma have to cut you off. I'ma have to cut you off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't play these games no more. What you looking at me for? I just want the money, yo. All these games that you be playing, all this talk that you be saying, I don't really like to play. Get this money every way, gotta keep my mental clear. Yeah, you know I'm out of here. I don't really have no fear. Yeah, you keep on showing tears. I'm not with that back and forth. I'm the type to get to work. I'm the type to keep it real. I'm the type to get a deal. I'm the type to chase a bag. I'm the type to pop a jag. Sick like I have SARS. Ride around in fast cars. Rapping like behind bars. I do this all for my dogs. This is what it all costs when you gotta be the boss. If you not my dog,
Hey!
man,
cut you off.
If you not my
Alright, we're gonna cut it off. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good morning. Go ahead, DJ, go ahead and kill the music. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Thunderdome. I am your pilot, I am your host. And once again, we are here to do the Lord's work. This is really God's work, if you ask me, all right? And that's saving our country one live at a time out here on TikTok, all right? So for those of you who don't know who I am, let me go ahead and get started with being a little more hospitable, right? I got to be hospitable, they say, right? That's another H to add. For those of you who do not know who I am, I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. All right, and I'm saying this because every time I post videos, I seem to somehow be able to get these folks out here that are possessed with the MAGA demon. They say nasty things about me, and I said they must not know who I am. So I got to introduce myself to those suckers and losers every morning. All right, so I go by the name Zeus. All right, but some say Triple H. You know why they call me Triple H? Well, let me answer that. The first H is because I'm honest. There's nobody on social media more honest than me. Listen, I promise to tell you nothing but the truth. So help me God. All right. I act like I'm under oath every time I get on this app. All right. Keep that in mind. The second H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I'm humble. All right, listen up. There's nobody more humble than me. If I get it wrong, trust me, I will be the first to apologize. It just turns out I haven't been wrong lately. I mean, go figure. All right. And just because your feelings are hurt doesn't mean I owe you an apology. If anything, You owe me an apology because I'm offended that you were offended about what I said. See how that works? All right. And then the last and final H. All right. And I mean this 10 toes down. All right. The last and the final H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I am and will always remain the most handsome. There's nobody on this app more handsome than me. Listen, many are called, but only a few are chosen. And ladies and gentlemen, I am the chosen one. You know, it takes a lot of hard work to be Zeus on this app. You know, a lot of people think, oh, he's unemployed. You know, he's a lazy liberal. He's Soros funded. He's getting paid by the DNC, and they're completely wrong. Well, I'm not lazy, all right, but everything else, they're completely wrong about it. This is the product of hard work, dedication, perseverance, and truth, all right? And by the way, there's a lot of people that join this platform and make their contributions count as well, all right? But I understand what's going on. Right now, it's an overwhelming force out here on this app. MAGA can't handle Zeus. I get it. They can't stand me. And I'm perfectly fine with that. One gentleman, right, Ange? One gentleman, I posted the video about the border situation, you know, Supreme Court sided with Biden. This gentleman left a video. He made a video and said he's going to move his family to the border to defend it. I said, you know what? These demons are out of their minds. All right, so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. You all know what we do here. What we do on this side of the app is very special. We hold our friends on the right, especially their leader, Donald J. Trump, accountable for their dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds, as well as their crimes. And believe you me, there's a lot of dirty deeds and filthy crimes going on in the Republican Party, especially with the MAGA demon in it, all right? So listen up. If you are lactose intolerant, that's what my good friend Brother Swerve likes to say. That means you're allergic to the facts, all right? You know, there's lactose intolerant, but lactose, that means you can't handle the facts, right? As soon as they come, you start getting uncomfortable. You have a vexation of the spirit. If you're one of those folks, right? You're a fake Christian out there, all right? Listen up. I'm going to give you the opportunity of a lifetime. Now is your chance to leave this live and go on about your miserable lives. Your lives don't matter. I'm being honest with you. I need to hang it up. You know, really, just leave this live because it's about to get real uncomfortable, all right? And you don't want to take my word for it? Fine. You don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. Right. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
And I absolutely mean that. Ladies and gentlemen, normally I have a little bit of a message or a theme to kick the show off, but in the interest of time, because Zeus does have other affairs to tend to, we're just going to dive straight in, all right? And by the way, if you're a Trump supporter, let me say this to you. Under no circumstances, I have a zero tolerance policy. You are not allowed to ever be a victim on my platform. It doesn't work with me. Trust me, I know a lot of folks like you who like to do this, right? Especially that guy named, you heard this guy named Snuggles? Anything that he can do to make himself look like a victim, he's tried the trick on Zeus and it's not going to work. I don't care what's happened to you. I really don't. Because the sin that you must carry for the rest of your natural lives is what your friends or maybe you did on January 6th, and that's on top of everything else you did. You've been very abusive in this country, MAGA. So no, you are not allowed to be victims on this platform. The only thing you can really do, right, Miss Boss Diva? The only thing you can do, Double D, Dave, where's It's Your Baby Daddy at? He was talking to me. You can't talk to me. Who are you? You're a nobody. Trash bait, Mr. Blueberries. You can't talk to me. The only thing you liars, you treasonous traitors, you fake Christians can do is sit your special behinds down and really listen to this special broadcast. You're lucky. I actually tell my mods, don't mute them, don't mute them, don't block them. You know why I say that, right? It's not because I care. Absolutely not. Because I know the ultimate MAGA reward is jail And then if you don't get your soul right, hell. So when you take your last breath, right? I don't want you to be able to get to, meet your maker. Oh, I didn't hear that. No, because then your maker's going to say, that's a lie. You heard it in Zeus's live, right? I'm a dangerous man, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let the smooth taste fool you, all right? So let's get started with today's topics, all right? Because we got a lot of things to bring up, and then we'll open up those boxes and hear from those of you who are brave enough to get in the box and tell the truth, all right? So the first thing I want to talk about is this right here. Biden wins New Hampshire primary without even being on the ballot. And you all know this, but I think it's important to make sure it's in the history books, right? President Joe Biden won the Democratic Party primary in New Hampshire on Tuesday, securing a symbolic victory in spite of his absence from the ballot and the state's irrelevance to the official nominating process. Enough New Hampshireans wrote in, they wrote in Biden's name on the ballot for him to triumph over Dean Phillips and self-help author Marianne Williamson and 19 other contenders who took advantage of the ease with each candidate can qualify for the presidential ballot in the granite state. So, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to make sure we kick the show off on a positive note today, right? This is more proof that President Joe Biden will be the next president. I mean, he will get a second term in 2024, right? I mean, this is just the beginning of more bad news to come, right? And so with that, let's give President Biden what he deserves, a round of applause. Thank you, President Biden. And like I said earlier,
if you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time,
let's get to the booze.
Very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now.
You think this is funny? Let's get to the booze and shame. All right, you think what I'm doing is funny, Double D? Huh? You think it's funny?
They started just recently with this crap. They started just recently. They could have brought this lawsuit, Brenna, 3 years ago, right after I left.
You're right.
It's been 3 years. But they didn't do that. And now they're saying, we have to go immediately before the Supreme Court. This thing would have all been over with 2 years ago. But they waited and waited and waited, and then they saw it was running, and they waited, and then they saw it was hot,
funny.
and they filed lawsuits. These are very dishonest people. That's called election interference. And now they're fighting like hell because they want to try and get a guilty plea from the Supreme Court of the United States, which I can't imagine because you have presidential immunity. But strange things happen. But they want to get that because that's the only way they're going to win the election. It's a very sick thing. But think of it. They waited and waited and waited for years. In fact, nobody thought, everyone was saying they're never going to bring it. Most people said they're not going to bring it because they don't have anything. And then all of a sudden we started getting these lawsuits. And now they're saying, let's...
Oh, yeah. You're right, Double D. It is funny. Nothing makes me happier than to hear Donald Trump crying along with his supporters every day on this app. And you think you're crying now, MAGA? Wait until he's convicted and sentenced to prison. Oh, I'm waiting to watch them all delete the app and self-destruct. Yeah. Joe Biden is making MAGA self-destruct every day he's in the White House. If you want to see MAGA self-destruct, ladies and gentlemen, just vote for Joe Biden. Just vote for him. If you're tired of MAGA in this country, vote for Joe Biden. Just seeing President Biden and Kamala Harris sends these folks through the roof. They were so mad that Biden and Kamala Harris won. Kamala Harris, she's a black woman. They stormed our Capitol on January 6th to try to overthrow the government. They actually thought they could do that because they were that angry. And you know why? Because of this guy, all right? So let's keep this show going, all right? Because we haven't gotten to the booze and shame, right? We got to get these tomatoes. Get the tomatoes out, ladies and gentlemen. We got to get to the booze and shame. All right? Bright red warning signs are flashing for Trump despite his New Hampshire win, all right? Although former President Donald Trump easily bested rival Nikki Haley in the New Hampshire primary, reports are saying that the results nonetheless show that bright red warning signs are flashing for him in the general election. In particular, hold on one second. Oh my goodness. All right, yes. In particular, the publication notes that polls of New Hampshire Haley voters are showing that voters he'll need in November are either at best not voting for him or at worst vowing to never vote for him later this year. The general election coalition Trump would have to build is deeply fractured over issues of his conduct. Just look at Haley's supporters whose support he would need in November. In New Hampshire on Tuesday, roughly 9 in 10 Haley voters, you hear me, ladies and gentlemen, 9 out of 10 said they would not be happy with a third Trump nomination. According to exit polls, while 84% of her backers said Trump would be unfit for presidency again if he is convicted of a crime. I hope you're laughing right now, Double D. I hope you're I actually hope you've pulled that truck over you've been driving, right? Because you know what you do to make money. Pull that truck over, Double D, and listen to this special broadcast because I got something for you. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Double D, you see him there, and Jimmy, my brother, whose mother, me and him had the same mother, but he doesn't listen to mom. He stays in the basement because he doesn't listen. Giving them what they deserve along with Donald Trump. Our first round of boos and shame because they really do think Donald Trump's going to win despite the fact that the writing is on the wall. Let's give it to him.
Just keep thinking Trump, Trump, Trump. Trump is your daddy.
Yeah, keep thinking Trump, Trump, Trump. You too. Keep thinking Donald Trump is your daddy. You ought to be ashamed of yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. You ought to be ashamed of yourselves. Now, Donald Trump won yesterday, right? And this is something that I just wanted to bring up in the kingdom. Biden also gave a speech, and in the speech, what President Biden was doing was he was actually praising women, right? He says, I don't think MAGA Republicans have a clue about the power of women in America. And they're about to find out. This is what President Biden said at one of his campaign speech, right? Speaking and standing up for women's rights. And you can hear the women behind President Biden, right? Listen to this.
The Dobbs decision practically dared women of America to be heard. In writing, they said, women are not without electoral or political power. No kidding. I said at the time, I don't think this court and the MAGA Republicans have any clue about the power of women in America.
Get us, women.
I don't think any clue.
Ladies.
But they're about to find out.
Yeah, they're about to find out. You hear that? So that's President Biden. He has all these women behind him. He's empowered. He's standing up and helping and showing he can stand in solidarity with women all over America, right? So that's real presidential, right? So what did we have yesterday after Donald Trump beat Nikki Haley, a woman? What does Donald Trump do? He decides to attack a woman in front of America. You see the difference? You see the difference. You have one president who's speaking up for women, and you have another president who continues to attack women left and right. I mean, we already see him in court with E. Jean Carroll. He just can't stop attacking her, right? So let's listen to what Donald Trump had to say.
I felt I should
Listen to how he attacked Nikki Haley, another woman.
this because I find in life you can't let people get away with bullshit, okay? You can't. You just can't do that. And when I watched her in the fancy dress that probably wasn't so fancy come up, I said, what's she doing? We won. And she did the same thing last week, but he was much more angry about it than I was. I said, get up there and you let him know.
Wow. So he's attacking Nikki Haley right there, and I think we got another clip.
Renovation. These are very dishonest people, and you're always fighting them. And just a little note to Nikki: she's not going to win. But if she did, she would be under investigation by those people in 15 minutes. And I could tell you 5 reasons why already.
Wow.
Not big reasons, a little stuff that she doesn't want to talk about, but she will be under investigation within minutes. And so would Ron have been, but he decided to get out. Now Vivek I don't think would be at all because he's perfect, right?
You see that? Biden praising women, Donald Trump attacking Nikki Haley. He said it's BS what she's doing and saying that she's going to be under investigation. What kind of guy does this? And this is why we get on you Trump supporters every single day and shut you down. You don't got nothing to say to me to prove whatever it is you think. I got the proof. I can look at information on my own and come to a logical conclusion. I'm a free-thinking individual. Ladies and gentlemen, join me once again in giving Donald Trump and his supporters what they deserve. Another round of booze and shame because they attack women, even women within their own party, all in order to somehow try to worship Donald Trump, and we're not falling for it. Let's give him some booze and shame. Evil! Yeah. A lot of people don't like me because I get on this app and I simply tell the truth, all right? And that's how I was raised, right? Tell the truth, shame the devil, or in this case, we shame the MAGA demon, all right? And so they get mad at me, and they put their hats on, their red hats, and they worship Donald Trump, and they get mad when I simply say what's really going on out here. You don't have a problem with Zeus most of the time. 9 times out of 10, those Russian bears, they don't have a problem with Zeus. You know who they got a problem with? Themselves. These folks are so miserable. They can't even look in the mirror at themselves and say, I love you. They can't do that. I can do it. I look in the mirror all the time. Look, man, you're a handsome guy. I love you. I tell myself, and I actually treat myself like I love myself. That's why I don't do crazy stuff that causes harm to me. But these MAGA demons out here, they can't stand the person that they see when they look in the mirror. And if you don't like that individual, what makes you think we do? You're a bunch of evil and ugly folks. All right? Actions speak louder than words. And your actions, MAGA, you don't got to say nothing to me. I see it the way you carry yourself. Let's keep going, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of a MAGA demon, let's talk about Senator Tim Scott. He said 4 words to Donald Trump that made people cringe to their core. You know, this is yesterday after Donald Trump won. All right. Let's see if we got Tim Scott, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see if this worked. There you see him right there. You see him right there. You know what he doing, right? You see what he doing? Shucking and jiving. Let's look at what Donald Trump made Tim Scott do yesterday. All right. Oh my God. I mean, this is the stuff I don't like to have to cover. I really don't. But you know what? I don't mind covering it, all right? Because the truth will set you free. Let's give it to him, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Okay, here we go.
She actually appointed you, Tim?
There you go.
Did you ever think that she actually appointed you, Tim? And think of it. Appointed, and you're the senator of his state, and she endorsed me. You must really hate her. No, it's a shame. It's a shame. Uh-oh.
I just love you.
No, that's good. That's why he's a great politician.
Just love you. He just went up. I just love you. What? Ladies and gentlemen. This is Tim Scott right here. You know what we got to do. Tim Scott, you are the worst embarrassment to the community that I've ever seen. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. President Joe Biden, ladies and gentlemen, he was right. He was right. Where am I clip at?
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
And I agree, Tim Scott, you ain't black. Ladies and gentlemen, it is hereby in this kingdom decreed, it's declared that Tim Scott ain't black. And therefore, he has zero credibility with me. I don't want to hear a single thing this man said. His lips are all over Donald Trump's rear end, that nasty pale rear end that Donald Trump got. I don't know if it's orange or not, but whatever color it is, he's up there just shucking and jiving left and right. And he ought to be ashamed of himself. So you know what we got to do to this. I don't even know what I want to call him. I got to keep it clean in the kingdom, right? I got to keep it clean. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Tim Scott what he deserves. For those of you who need a reminder or a refresher, this is Tim Scott, all right? That's him. This is him, but in spirit, this is what he really looks like. Massa gonna be proud of me. Let's give Massa gonna be proud of me, Tim Scott, what he deserves then. Another round of booze and shame. You see what I'm doing? You see?
Silence, you MAGA demon!
Yeah, silence, you MAGA demons. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, they don't like me because I get out here on this app and all I do is tell the truth. You ain't got no problem with me. You got a problem with yourself, all right? And if you think I'm lying, prove it. Put it in the chat. Show us the facts, all right? Let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. You know that. I know we only got a little bit of time before I have to open up those boxes, but it is what it is. Yeah, facts do still matter, all right? For those of you out there who still believe the nonsense that President Biden is guilty of crimes, I got some bad news for you. I really do got some bad news, but it's good news for those of us who really do pay attention out here. New transcript blows up in James Comer's entire Hunter Biden argument, all right? The House Oversight Committee yesterday released the transcript of the testimony of Kevin Morris, a friend and attorney for Hunter Biden, and his statements undercut everything Republicans have said about the embattled first son. Morris is a high-powered entertainment lawyer in Los Angeles who met Hunter at a 2019 presidential fundraiser for his father, Joe Biden. Morris has loaned Hunter Biden nearly $5 million in the years since. He testified about his relationship with Hunter in a closed-door committee hearing last week. Initially, Oversight Chair James Comer just released a list of paraphrased highlights from Morris's testimony. Comer claimed that Morris informally loaned Hunter the money and does not expect to be repaid until after the 2024 election or possibly ever. But the transcript shows this couldn't be further from the truth. See, this is why Hunter Biden didn't want to testify in those closed doors. It's an intimidation tactic, okay? Similar to what sometimes law enforcement does. When they want to just plant the dirt on you and make you say you're guilty, that's what they're trying to do to Hunter Biden. And he's completely aware of it. He's a lawyer. He knows this stuff. But watch how the tables are going to turn. And this is what we're doing, making sure all of you out there understand. They have no dirt on Joe Biden. And to that MAGA demon, you know who you are. You came into Days Live and you sold that lie that somehow President Biden is being impeached. Make sure you sit your special behind down too and listen to this special broadcast. All right? Stop making yourself look ridiculous out here. In reality, Morris never once mentioned the possibility of forgiving the loans. Instead, he has a 100% expectation that Hunter will repay him and repeatedly states that he and Hunter have a series of promissory notes agreeing the younger Biden will pay back the money. All right, this is real. What's more, Morris testified that there is a balloon on the loan set after the election. This means that Hunter is currently making low or even no payments, but will start making lump sum repayments in 2025. The only person who mentions loan forgiveness in this entire interview, guess who it was, ladies and gentlemen? Representative Andy Biggs, another MAGA demon. The Arizona Republican has been a vocal critic of the Biden family, accusing them of criminal wrongdoing. Biggs asked what consequences Hunter would face if he defaulted on these loans. Morris joked that hypothetically, a lender could ask the borrower to come over and wash your car for the rest of your life. Biggs replied, or you can forgive. You can forgive it. Morris agreed that was an option, but he never said that he would. Ladies and gentlemen, you see what we have here? More evidence that the MAGA Republican Party are corrupt. These folks are not only committing crimes, but then they're trying to plant the dirt on innocent people, innocent folks like Hunter Biden. And then they expect us Americans, to believe it. All right? And we're not going to believe it. We're going to make sure we know they're lying. And as a matter of fact, it's James Comer and Jim Jordan who are breaking the law and need to go to prison the rest of their lives, right? So guess what we got to do? Since these folks have no shame, we got to give it to them, right? Join me in giving these folks what they truly, truly deserve. Another round of boos and shame, because they tried to plant dirt on Hunter Biden and we found out it's really them that are doing the crime. Let's give it to them. These folks are sick. They're sick in the head, ladies and gentlemen. They really are. They need professional help. They need professional counseling. And they come to my live because they know this is probably one of the rare spots on TikTok. I mean, there's a lot of places that they could go. But they know this is one of the rare spots on this app where they could get some sort of relief from the MAGA demon that's totally taken over and possessing them. Good morning, Tiffany. I'm glad that you're here, right? And a lot of people, you know what? I haven't done it in a while, but I might just do it, right? A lot of people ask me, right? I was in a live the other night, and what was his name? It's your baby daddy Zeus. Why don't you let me in the box, Zeus? You're scared. I'm going, him and clickbait. I'm going to steamroll you, Zeus. This is what they say to me. And I got to remind you, Trump supporters, especially that gentleman that was trying to move his family to the border. He's deranged, right? The reason I don't debate Trump supporters is because, when you talk to them, the conversation isn't going to go anywhere, right? And because it's going to be a lot of huffing and puffing. It's going to be all this noise, but they ain't saying much, right? And I said to myself, what is it like talking to a Trump supporter, especially on TikTok, right? And I said, you know what it's like? It's like one of those cars. You ever seen one of those cars that you could just tell the way that it was sounding that this car was no good, right? You ever heard one of those cars got all that backfiring going on, right? Right. Turn it off. Clickbait, turn it off. Snuggles, turn it off. Bushmaster, it's your baby daddy. Turn that thing off. That engine sounds terrible. It really does. When was the last time that thing had a tune-up? It needs spark plug, distributor cap, rotor, maybe some fuel injector cleaner. That engine sounds terrible. Listen, I know it got power windows and door locks and air conditioning. That's standard these days. It really is. It's standard on all models, Chad. But listen now, that engine sounds terrible. All right? That engine sounds like it needs the hands of God placed on it, right? And just like that, the same thing with these Trump supporters' minds, right? Don't you think another thought, because your minds, it really does sound like your minds need the hands of God placed on it, right? And that MAGA demon just cast out, all right? Once that happens, you then can have what I call a serious conversation with Zeus, right, ladies and gentlemen? Until then, I don't want to hear it. Now, and this is a good example, right? Taylor Swift, right? Taylor Swift is driving voter registration, and conservatives, they're terrified, right? And so let's start here. This is on Fox News, all right? You know who this is. All right. Jesse Waters, and this is where they get their ideas from, right? Listen to what they're saying.
And such, immeasurable amount of followers, she can potentially single-handedly swing voters because of just the amount of followers that she potentially can influence. So the answer is yes, Jesse.
Yeah, because when she posted the link to the vote.org, it's like hundreds of thousands of young Taylor Swift fans all of a sudden registered to vote. I wonder who got to her from the White House or from wherever. Who makes that initial handshake? Is it the binder?
Well, the administration has what they consider a perception optics management team.
Oh.
And those are professionals that go out and identify those people who may be unsuspecting, whether with knowledge or without knowledge, to do these type of campaigns. Wow. Now, it is possible that Taylor Swift, quite frankly, does not know that she is being utilized in a covert manner to swing voters. But the bottom line is that the Biden administration is savvy, identifying how many followers and how many voters potentially she can influence with either right information or misinformation. Oh. She certainly can swing the voters.
Okay, Stuart, thank you so much.
Wow. So you see the conspiracy. Now all of a sudden they're saying President Biden, right? Sleepy Joe, Crooked Joe, Dementia Joe, somehow, on top of all the crimes that he's been committing, has now began coordinating with Taylor Swift to recruit folks to vote for him, right? Right. And they can't wrap their minds around how this happened, right? I'm with you, MAGA. Yeah, Biden is doing that. Because guess what? Trump couldn't figure out how to. So, Biden said, well, if Trump won't do it, I might as well do it, right? Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving these deranged Trump supporters what they truly, truly deserve. Once again, another round of booze and shame. Because they can't understand that, first of all, Taylor Swift has a fan base all to herself, all right? And they don't understand the type of woman she is and the things that she stands for, all right? And so they somehow overlook all of that success, right? She's very successful. And they somehow engineered some MAGA nonsense to justify why Taylor Swift is cleaning their clocks daily while getting paid. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them what they deserve. Another round of booze and shame. You're a bunch of traitors. How dare you? This is what MAGA does. Any opportunity that they can, they will use it to attack women. They don't care. MAGA doesn't respect women at all. Trust me, I know this. All right. Moving along, ladies and gentlemen. All right, what do we this is a story we're going to talk about before we open up these boxes, ladies and gentlemen. This is serious. This is very, very, very serious, all right? So, what they're saying now, you've heard Donald Trump saying presidents should have presidential immunity, right? We've all heard this. And, his thing is if they don't have immunity, then they run the risk of basically being paralyzed in their position because anything they do, they could turn around and be criminally prosecuted for it, right? This is his argument. But this is what makes the internet such a great thing. All right. Former President Donald Trump has argued he should be immune from prosecution in federal election conspiracy case brought by special counsel Jack Smith, claiming that he cannot be charged for actions carried out in his official capacity. His attorney even controversially argued to the Court of Appeals in D.C. that he couldn't be charged for unaliving a political opponent unless he was impeached first. But get this, that wasn't his old attitude. All right. In fact, they said he used to regularly call for other presidents to be jailed for acts committed while in office. Uh-oh. Look at this, MAGA. We got some dirt. Donald Trump, this is back in 2018. He shared an image calling for his political opponents to face trials for treason, right? You remember this, ladies and gentlemen. Check it out. This is Donald Trump in action. All right. Trump was arguing that his political rivals should be jailed for spying on his campaign. You remember this, ladies and gentlemen. So once again, we've got Donald Trump being a liar and a hypocrite and once again contradicting himself, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we have to do, all right? Join me in giving this hypocrite, this liar, this treasonous traitor what he deserves. Because he has no problem saying Obama, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, and all of them have to go to jail, even though they were presidents, right? He has no problem saying that, but then he doesn't recognize that that same thing he's saying completely contradicts what he's saying now, which is he supposedly believes presidents should have presidential immunity, right? So we've caught him once again being a liar and a hypocrite, and we got to give him what he deserves. Another round of booze and shame. You know, I told you at the top of this show.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country,
Lydia, thank you for the subscription.
if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now.
Right.
Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too.
Thank you.
But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Right. All right, we're rounding the corner, ladies and gentlemen, where we're going to get ready to open up these boxes. But you know what we got to do? We got to cover one of the topics that matters the most, which is what's happening to those folks who tried to overthrow our democracy. All right, these are the folks right here that I'm laser focused on, and I want to make sure are held accountable. All right, for whatever it is that they did on January 6th to the fullest extent of the law. All right. Extremely inconvenient and embarrassing for me. A January 6th rioter who once boasted of taking pepper spray to face now complains flying is a huge problem. And I want to tell this story because I want you Trump supporters to understand. It's not just going to prison that you're going to have to worry about. You're going to have to wear a different T. You know, right now the T stands for Trump. But after you're convicted and sentenced, the T will stand for traitor, treason. And there's a price you'll have to pay the rest of your life because you got that T on your backs. All right, this is the story. We broke down the door. We're going in. My eyes hurt like something I can't say from the pepper spray, but we're going in. James Rahm III bragged in a text message on January 6th, 2021, but 3 years later, as he awaits sentencing for breaching the United States Capitol, he has asked a judge for leniency because, among other gripes, he thinks he is on a terrorist watch list because flying has become a huge problem. This is what he wrote in court documents, all right? Rahm III, a.k.a. J.D. Rahm, came to Washington, D.C. from Pennsylvania with his father on January 6th. Pled guilty in October to disorderly and disruptive conduct during the riot at the Capitol. Rahm's father, James Rahm Jr., was charged separately. James Rahm also goes by the name Doug Rahm. Prosecutors say text messages show him boasting about, this is what he did, urinating in then Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi's office. Wow, he urinated in Nancy Pelosi's office. He pled guilty to 5 counts, but was found guilty at a bench trial on October 22nd. Prosecutors accused his son, Rahm III, of barging into the Capitol and forcing his way past police in a larger group, allowing other rioters to stream inside the building and overwhelm the police. But now, this is where his victimhood comes in, right? This is how he's going to try to make himself a victim. But now, it seems large crowds are more of an issue for Rahm III personally. This is what he says. Airlines refuse to allow me to check in on board. Now he's crying, right? Airlines won't let me on. After waiting about 1 to 2 hours standing at a desk, I am finally issued a boarding pass. Then TSA, they take me for a personal screening, which is intense, uncomfortable, intrusive, and lengthy. A statement from Rahm underlying a sentencing memorandum filed this week. Rahm III claims his bags are searched multiple times, forcing other passengers to wait, and that this treatment has occurred the last 4 times that he flew. This treatment is extremely inconvenient and embarrassing for me and for my girlfriend, who suffers from the same treatment just for flying with me. Oh my God. Really? Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, these traitors aren't allowed to be victims in this kingdom, right? We're not going to allow them to be victims, right? You know what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen? Join me in giving this seditionist, treasonous traitor what he deserves. Because he thinks that he can engage and participate in an insurrection and then fly around this country like a free citizen, right? And it's not going to work. All right? So let's give him what he deserves. Another round of boos and shame. It doesn't work like that, champ. May you continue to be searched by TSA. May they continue to be as intrusive as they can possibly be. Because if it was up to me, I wouldn't even let you fly. Wherever you're trying to go, walk it out, champ. All right, but it doesn't stop with this traitor. We got another traitor, ladies and gentlemen, to cover, and then we will open up these boxes. All right, this is some good news, all right? FBI, they have arrested a January 6th rioter whose photo was featured in a Biden campaign ad. You can't make this stuff up, folks. All right, you can't make this stuff up. Okay, a January 6th rioter dubbed Blue Plaid Sprayer. All right, look at him right here, ladies and gentlemen. And identified by online sleuths more than 2 years ago, was arrested in Oregon on Tuesday and charged with assaulting law enforcement officers with a chemical spray as they protected the United States Capitol. Andy Stephen Olivia Lopez, one of those Latins for Trump, right, is the man prominently featured in the image snapped by a Getty's photographer and has been frequently used in articles in the 3 years since the attack. The image showing a person unleashing an orange chemical spray while wearing a blue plaid shirt, helmet, and a gas mask was recently featured in a President by U.S. Attorney for District of Columbia, Matthew Grace, and it was also included in an ad for Joe Biden's 2024 campaign. Online sedition hunters identified the man in 2021, and reported his information to the FBI. Until now, his case has been one of the hundreds in which a suspect has been identified but not arrested. The statute of limitations expires in less than 2 years in early 2026. So that's 2 today, ladies and gentlemen. 2 of these insurrectionists that we've realized have been participating in the January 6th plot. They're not FBI. They're not BLM. They are Antifa. I mean, they aren't Antifa. They are Trump supporters. I'm so sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving this treasonous traitor what he deserves, because he sold his soul to Donald Trump for the low, right? And now he's going to spend the rest of his time, for a couple of years at least, in prison because he was spraying some nasty orange spray on our law enforcement. Let's give them what they deserve. Another round of boos and shame. Goodbye. Goodbye, Andy. You disgust me. And because he's been arrested, you know what we got to do. We got to send him off the old-fashioned way.
I'd like to begin by addressing the heinous attack on the United States Capitol. Like all Americans, I am outraged by the violence, lawlessness, and mayhem. I immediately deployed the National Guard and federal law enforcement to secure the building and expel the intruders. America is and must always be a nation of law and order. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy. To those who engaged in the acts of violence and destruction, you do not represent our country. And to those who broke the law, you will pay.
You heard what he said. You do not represent our country. You broke the law, and you will pay. You see this, ladies and gentlemen? This is your leader, Donald J. Trump, setting you up only to have you show up at the Capitol and be arrested. I mean, you ought to be ashamed of yourselves, especially you MAGA men. You wake up every day, you listen to a man that puts a bird's nest on his head, paints himself orange, right? Puts on adult diapers and lies on his social media platform. You ought to be embarrassed. You really should be. And did you hear what he said? He said he immediately summoned the National Guard, right? So all that misinformation that's out there, you know, they say Nancy Pelosi somehow should have summoned the National Guard. No, that's not true. Matter of fact, we have Nancy Pelosi, right? What does she say, ladies and gentlemen? We have Nancy Pelosi, all right?
Well, let me just say I'm not going to spend too much time on Donald Trump's cognitive disorders. He tried to say that Nikki Haley did not allow the National Guard to come, but it was Nancy Pelosi. It was nobody. It was Joe. It was Donald Trump. He knows, and you know, that Mitch McConnell, Chuck Schumer, and I begged for hours for the National Guard to come. He knows that we don't have the authority to bring the National Guard. The president does. Sad to say for the District of Columbia, because every other state, the governor has that power.
That's it. That's all, folks. Donald Trump is the one that single-handedly lured all of you to Washington, D.C., right? And got you to go to a rally called Stop the Steal. Think about that. You're so smart, but you fell for the most ridiculous setup in world history. Thank you, Tracy, for the subscription. You fell for the most ridiculous setup in world history. You couldn't tell by the name of the rally, Stop the Steal, that this was a bad idea. You emptied out your 401ks for this guy. You're not smart. You know, these guys get out here with their 8th grade education. Zeus. I make, what is his name, Trouble? I make $100 an hour. Well, listen up, Trouble. You could make $1 million an hour. That don't make you smart, because you are still supporting somebody that doesn't care about you and is willing to throw your special behind in a jail cell. All right? And take your money when he does it, all right? Ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's open up these boxes and hear from those of you who are brave enough to get in the box. All right, that ends the morning monologue. All right, and now let's get straight into it. All right, it's time to have some of those what we call tough conversations with these seditionists. Well, no, I don't want to talk to no Trump supporters. All right, but you know, we give them the information and make them go do their homework. Right? Oh my goodness, why is? Oh my gosh, the app is glitching once again. The app is glitching. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Jesus Christ. All right, I think we're getting somewhere. All right, allow request. All right. All right, the box has now been officially open, ladies and gentlemen. All right, and now it is time to hear from those of you who are brave to get in the box and tell the truth and shame the devil. All right, you know the rules. 3 minutes to say your truth. And then we got to move it along to help make sure other folks get an opportunity to speak before I get up and get out of here. All right. All right. And you know the rules. Please be honest. No cursing. All right. Make it a clean fight today. All right. I mean, these folks are on the ropes and they know it. All right. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing? The beautiful Andy. How are you doing?
I am quite pleased, actually, considering the fact that I saw Nikki Haley's voters say they would never vote for Donald Trump.
Right? Isn't that amazing?
So, you know, we're looking up because, you know, he's like, I'm going to have a blowout. Well, he got a little over half, and The other half are going to probably vote for Biden. So that I consider that to be a win.
Yeah. You know, winning is something Trump doesn't know how to do quite well, right?
Oh, not at all. And now that we've heard the video from Roger Stone saying all kind of heinous things about Eric Swalwell and Nadler, and we know how far Trump's willing to go, I know there has to be more indictments because there's no way Jack Smith is going to let that one ride.
Absolutely not. Tell him,
So
Andy.
I just wanted to spread a little cheer because, you know, it's a long way to the end. Sometimes we get a little tired, but we need to take the small wins where we can find them and celebrate those.
Amen.
And on that, I yield my time and have a great morning.
Well, are you doing okay, Andy? And thank you for having the courage to get in the box, all right?
I am. I'm doing wonderful.
All right. Well, keep spreading your gospel, spreading the truth, all right? And keep shaming these MAGA demons, all right? I love what you do and keep up the great work, all right?
Big love to everybody.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the beautiful Andy. They don't like us when we get out here and start telling the truth. It's a show of force, all right? But we're going to keep telling the truth and making sure these folks understand that anytime they get out here and start spreading lies and misinformation, we got something for them, all right? Let's bring up our next panelist, the beautiful Tiffany. How are you doing?
Juicy with the truthy.
Thank you. How? Oh my God. Thank you so much.
Hey, Kingdom. It's been a while.
I know. Are you okay?
Well, I'm doing better, but it's been a rough winter. Okay, winter is here. Winter is coming. Okay, I do want to say go Lions. I'm a Michigander. I hope everyone's rooting for Detroit because wow, we've been struggling for like 4 decades.
Don't boo her. Clearly,
yeah. So yeah. Anyway, I did want to give you an update.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll do it.
So you know how like a couple months ago I was telling you how at the hospital where I work, I drive all the MAGA Demons vehicles. I park patients' cars, right?
Yeah.
I just want to give you an update that they still are at the hospitals, unaliving. I'm sorry, they're dying off.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
No, the largest demographic of patients, and you know, while I don't wish horrible things for people.
Right, we're good people. We have good, kind hearts.
But the MAGA Demons, though, not so much.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree.
So it's giving I Am Legend. It's giving Walking Dead vibes. And here's a question too: why tea people? Why don't you moisturize? They're just looking horrible. The brains are depleting. The insides are rotten. So I just Snuggles. Where's Struggles? Where's he been? He's been in here.
He's hiding right now. He's on the ropes. I think we've defeated Snuggles on this app. You know, he's been defeated. He can't really hold lives anymore. Every time I go in there, he keeps getting shut down.
Right. It's the misinformation. It's the lies.
Yeah.
And somebody just said, let's not stoop there. No, we're going to stoop there because these people are deplorable individuals who have heat in their veins. So no, we're not giving them a pass because we try to reach them. And we try, right?
Yeah. Right. With the gloves are off now with MAGA, right? We used to be didn't we used to be a lot kinder, Tiffany?
A lot, yes, exactly. And I'm glad that I came in right at the time when you did the car.
I did that. I saw you and I said, it's time for it, right? They want us to argue with them.
No, exactly. Because here's the thing. We're still here 4 years later, upcoming election happening, right?
Yeah.
And can you believe we're still freaking here 4 years later? They're Delulu.
And it's not a clothing brand, all right? They are Delulu. You know where their minds go. I mean, you believe it or not, 4 years later, they still think January 6th was an inside job, right? They still think Biden stole the election. I mean, it's bizarre, right?
It's wild. I just saw a reel the other day that said Ashley Babbitt's been sober for 3 years.
That's a mean one. All right, that's a mean one. But you know, they are responsible for Ashley Babbitt, and they don't want to own it, right?
Exactly. And the thing is, I love my queen, Michelle Obama. But as she said, when they go low, we go, what did she say? We go high? No.
Yeah.
I go low. I
Yeah.
go low.
Tell them.
I go for the jugular because they don't deserve the grace. They don't.
They don't. They are not allowed to be victims around me. Absolutely not. And we're going to continue to keep our foot on the gas and deliver them nothing but the truth, even if it crushes their very souls, right?
Exactly. So thank you for having me up. I love everyone here and really happy to see you and everyone. And you guys have a great day.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Tiffany. Let's go. No lies detected. No lies detected, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. Let's keep it going. Oh, look at this. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Someone has ventured outside of the darkness into the light. Good morning, Educating. This is your first time on the broadcast, correct?
No, I've been on a couple times a long time ago. I got a general idea of the tone of the broadcast.
Okay. Okay, all right. Well, let's just go through the questions so folks who don't know you can get an idea where you stand on issues that matter the most, and then we'll go to your 3 minutes, all right?
Okay.
All right, fair enough. First question, do you think President Biden stole the 2020 election?
No.
Oh, okay, he got that one right. Next question. Who would you say is responsible for the attack on the Capitol on January 6th?
The people who actually did it, because people are responsible for their own behavior.
Does that include Donald Trump?
He could be responsible for what he said, but we don't have mind control. So people do wrong, they did wrong. The people who do wrong can't turn around and be like,
all right, you didn't do so well on that one. You didn't. But you know what? You might. Let's move on to the next question. Last and final question. Do you think President Biden or Hillary Clinton are guilty of any kind of crimes?
yes.
Oh, you got that one wrong too. All right. I can't. All right, Educating. All right, so I get that you're possessed with the MAGA demon. So what is it that brings you to the kingdom this morning? What is it you would like to get cleared up?
Well, I'm not possessed with a MAGA demon. We didn't really go into that place. My politics are fairly complicated, and I don't fit in boxes well. But
who did you vote for in 2016?
What was his name? From the Libertarian Party. That was before I found out about open borders. The guy, Gary Johnson.
Gary Johnson in 2020.
Did not vote.
No, you did not vote. Okay. So you don't really participate in politics, it seems. It's just, what is your gripe then? What is your real gripe?
Not so much a complaint is lately I've been on this concept of if we have primaries, right? Obviously people don't primary their incumbents. Nobody does that.
Right.
Why do we keep ending up with candidates that are less than satisfactory?
Well, who's saying that? Who's making the determination on your end that they're not satisfactory? Because as far as I'm concerned, we have a candidate that is satisfactory, right? Okay. Wouldn't you say what President Biden has been able to accomplish is quite impressive in light of the circumstances he inherited?
No, I would not. I would not say that.
Go
ahead.
What is it that Biden isn't doing that got you feeling this way? What is it that he needs to do more of?
Okay, so I would say an above-average leader unites people and brings them together. A below-average leader divides and places blame. So, and is that energy for Democrats and Republicans?
Well, I think that might be one component of leadership, right? And I also do believe Biden is uniting this country in ways you couldn't imagine. Think about it. Look at how many people are rallying behind him. Look at the fact that, when our country was at its worst, he got a lot of people to come together and vote him in office, right? That's proof. That's evidence.
Well, I guess the question in my head is, if you believe he is a uniting person, how is calling people based on their political ideology, regardless of what that ideology is, the T word, the TERR word,
traitors?
No, the TERR.
Terrorists?
Yeah, is that bannable? I'm not sure.
I don't know. they're domestic terrorists, right?
How is that motivating, inspiring, and uniting people?
Well, I'll tell you what. For me personally, I want a leader who's honest about what's really going on in this country, right? Don't you think honesty is important out of a leader?
Vital. Yep.
Yep. And don't you think it's very important that we identify all threats to our country, whether they're foreign or domestic?
If the threat is acted upon, I don't care if somebody has bad thoughts.
Right, but the threat has been acted upon, right? I mean, Donald Trump single-handedly attacks our democracy. His supporters, they single-handedly attack. They threaten judges. They threaten witnesses. I mean, they stormed the Capitol on January 6th. I mean, what more evidence do you need?
So both parties have unsavory elements. Like, I'm not aware when 81 million people or 70 million people or whatever the number is,
well,
did something.
You said both parties, but I don't equate that, because there's only one group of people who actually are terrorizing this country.
Really?
And you know exactly who it is. The Trump supporters. Donald Trump, every day he gets on his app and he leads the charge, right? Do you see what he posts on his platform every day?
Yes, but I have a question.
Do you see Biden posting anything like that?
Yeah, when you otherize people, it's a real problem. But I have a question for you.
Okay, and you got to move it on, because I got to bring up our next guest. All right.
All right, I'll be very succinct. I know I tend to talk a lot. The FBI used to define terrorism as using violence to achieve a political motive. Do you think there's any faction of the Democrat Party that does that?
There might be. I think anyone's capable of being a terrorist, but I don't think currently, right now, the Democrat Party is doing that. The Democrat Party is standing for democracy. If you look at all the policies and the legislation that's going on, you can see that. Now, you see what's happening at the border, right? The razor wire going up. To me, that's a terrorist act. That's terrorism. Why would you do that? Why would you cause harm to people in this country, whether they got here legally or not? That's an act of barbarism, terrorism kind of stuff. Democrats don't do that. You know what I mean? You know,
Okay.
even if we lose an election, even if Donald Trump were to somehow become president again, I'm not going to the Capitol for Joe Biden. That's not even an option. You get what I'm saying?
Valid. Yeah, I'm tracking.
Okay. So it's just that. It's simple.
Right,
I
so
do believe people need to be individually responsible for their behavior, but words of a president do matter. And you have a lot of folks out here that support Donald Trump that don't think for themselves, right?
I have one real brief question. I know I said I only had one, but
Yeah, you did.
So if we've been putting walls and razor wire around penitentiaries that hold American citizens who are convicted of crime, why is it a problem to do it at the border when we've been doing it around jails and prisons for decades?
Well, right off the top, I'm not an expert at this, but criminally prosecuted individuals mean these folks have had access to what do you call a trial? They've been the trial, right? And they've been judged, and then they've been convicted, and then they've been sentenced. Okay, so maybe in that case, that setup is necessary for criminals, but these folks haven't been given that same option, right? These are just innocent people getting treated like they're criminals. You see the issue?
Yes.
That's not right.
I partially agree with you.
No, you should agree. Nobody that hasn't had access to justice, a fair trial, should be treated like a criminal. Do you believe that or not?
No, because we do that before due process and people in jails. People haven't gone to court, so why?
So you think people should just be automatically treated like criminals without due process, right?
Right. Well, if they're suspected of crime, we put people in jail before their trial, and they
right. But that's what you call probable cause.
Okay.
Right? Wait, if you don't have that, if you don't have due process or probable cause, why are you treating people, human beings, like they're criminals, like they're animals? You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I'm tracking.
All right, I gotta move it on, all right? But thank you for coming up and behaving on the platform, all right?
Have a good day.
Tough conversation. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's educating. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. You know what it is. It's one of those situations, but he got the questions wrong, ladies and gentlemen. So educating, you didn't pass, and we're gonna have to give you what you deserve. A round of boos and shame. He didn't pass. He didn't pass. You gotta quit doing the equivalence dance, or what I call the MAGA shuffle, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, if we're talking about one particular topic, you really gotta stay on that topic, because wherever you go in life, there's a rule you gotta keep in mind. No two situations are exactly the same. It doesn't work like that. There's always different factors that contribute to one situation, right? It's very tempting to say, well, if A plus B equals C over here, then B plus D should equal E over here. It doesn't work like that, all right? And anybody that has a bit of a math background knows that. All right, let's move it on, ladies and gentlemen, to our next panelist. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. My good friend, Nutty Professor. Good morning, Nutty. How are you doing?
Hey, good morning. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
Well, I'm great. First of all, the last guest, because he doesn't educate anyone, right? And you already seen his profile pic.
Yeah.
Everybody on Earth knows Coke is better. So there's that. I mean, just sheer fact he has a Pepsi can there. We already know Coke is better. And another thing,
I can't lie. Yeah.
Zeus,
Don't
I'm
you like the
sick.
colors of the Coke bottle? Don't you like those colors, Nutty?
Yeah, absolutely. But
thank
listen, Zeus, I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. We've heard
Uh-oh.
I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And what I'm sick and tired about today is the fact that we always hear about both sides. Both sides. Well, we're not talking about both sides right now because there's only one side that's an existential threat to America and to American democracy.
Right.
And that's unfortunately, I have to say the word, but it's the right side, which is absolutely wrong.
Yep.
So stop with the both sides, because it's not both sides. The two are not the same. Now, do we have issues with the Democratic Party as well? Absolutely, 100%. But we have a two-party system in this country. And in that two-party system, you deal the hand that's dealt to you. Until we save democracy, then and only then will I entertain the talk of voting for a third party. Right now, third parties have no bearing in this conversation when democracy is at risk.
Bingo.
Third party, because a vote for a third party is a vote for Donald Trump. Period, point blank, end of discussion. And another thing, Zeus, thank you for playing that clip. Thank you for playing that clip. Hey, listen, I'm going to give you credit. You ready for this? I know your head is already big. It's going to get bigger after this. Nobody does it better. You have a way of getting these clips and making them relevant in this conversation. And we appreciate that. That's why your fans keep coming back.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. You're
Because
amazing.
and it's truthful. So if I see anything that you put out that's not truthful, I'll tell you. But in the 2 years that I've been with you, I haven't seen that. Except for when you talk about the 49ers, but whatever.
Hey, listen. I knew you was going to say it.
But by
Somebody
the way,
come get this man.
by the way, again, that's a beautiful hat that you're wearing. So anyway, you know I was going to say that.
This guy right here is losing it, ladies and gentlemen.
And Tiffany was correct.
Appreciate.
Go Lions. Go Lions, Tiffany. Go Lions.
Nutty, is
So
you okay?
I am okay. It's actually a great day. So,
Oh my God.
but to continue to hearing both sides, that tells you that they can't argue, they can't debate, not argue, they can't debate substance, they can't debate facts, because when they get back into the corner, what do they say? They say, well, it's both sides.
Yeah.
Well, since my side is doing it, and I can't argue the point because you're right, your side does it too.
Right.
Well, guess
don't
what?
buy
If it's both sides, I will call them out as well.
Right.
Because here's the thing: we are not on our knees in front of Joe Biden giving him you know what. We're not doing that.
Don't keep it clean, Nutty.
And I think I said this to you a few days ago.
Right.
Back in 2020, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, they got my vote, not because I was excited about Joe Biden.
Tell
It was
them.
because Joe Biden wasn't Donald Trump, and yes, I'm about to trigger some folks. You ready for this?
Go ahead, say it.
And he chose a black woman as his running mate. So yeah, he got my vote. But in 2024, I enthusiastically will sit here and tell you he has earned
I like how you
I'm
did
about to turn
that.
into a Baptist minister. He has earned my vote. And I'm happy to give him my vote. I'm happy to go on these TikTok streets and tell people why they should vote for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris.
Yeah. No lies detected.
Thank you for letting me up, Zeus. And go Ravens. And go Ravens.
Oh, wow. That part right there. Nutty. No sports talk allowed in this platform. No sports talk coming from you, Nutty. It's not a good look, champ. It takes away from your message. Just stick to politics, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Nutty. All right? One of the bad boys. He's one of the bad boys in the kingdom. Cut it out, Nutty. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Oh my God. I can't stand that guy. I really can't stand Nutty. I just can't stand him. Good morning, Shay. How are you?
Oh, you love the Nutty. You love it. You love him. It's always fun. It's like two brothers. I love it.
Somebody ought to bend him over their lap and spank his behind, right?
That's funny. Oh my God. So let's talk about how much Joe Biden is winning right now.
Let's do it, Shay. Let's do it.
Yes, it is so apparent that the energy is very much there for Joe Biden. I mean, I think we all were worrying there for a minute, you know?
Yeah.
But no worries. Now, that doesn't mean we shouldn't keep our energy and keep, just like Nutty is saying, and I appreciate him, we all need to be talking about the accomplishments of this administration. It is off the charts. It is off the charts how much he has accomplished in his short 3 years in office. And you have to be able to look at it. If you sit here in denial and say then you're not you're not looking at it. You're just refusing. You put your head, well, some of you a white hood over you, but we'll just say you're a hat over your head.
Yeah.
And you don't want to see it because you don't want to admit that you fell for the shenanigans. You fell for the lies.
They did.
You really don't. And as you watch the orange Cheeto just fall apart on stage every single night he gets up there. He said he won New Hampshire 3 times. He didn't. Clinton won in 2016 and Biden won New Hampshire in 2020.
Bingo.
I mean, give me a break. And the thing is when we look at Iowa and we look at New Hampshire, the independents do not want Trump. Independent, right. You cannot win a national election without independents swinging your way. And when you look at the numbers between the amount of independents in 2020 versus now, it was 40% of registered independents in 2020. It is now 50% of registered independents. So we have got to understand, as those of us that want Joe Biden to win, or however you're anti-Trump, if you're whatever it is, you've got to understand people really are not exactly loving to claim either party because they see issues on both parties. And that's fine. It's okay to be an independent thinker. I prefer you that way. But because we don't owe allegiance to anybody, this is not a fucking football game. Excuse me.
I got you, Shay. I got that.
I know, I try. It's not a football game, people. This isn't a team. This isn't, I want my team to win. This is literally about what is best for the country. The border will be secure if the Republicans help us get it secure. Otherwise, it's not going to be secured as much as it should be. That doesn't mean it's open. You also cannot close the border. I'm so sick of hearing we have to close the border. We can't close the border. It's one of our top leading trading partners. We cannot close the border. Our economy would tank on that.
Bingo.
So please stop saying closing the border. And it's impossible to close the entire border.
Tell them, Shay.
There's a lot of private land. There's canyons. There's all kinds of stuff. It's nearly impossible. They'll find a way and make a way, but what we do need to do is to get that focus. So Joe Biden has tried to put through 3 legislations to get the border more secure, and the Republicans have said no.
Tell them, Jay.
Let's do that. So anyway, so to New Hampshire real quick. So when you look at it, Nikki Haley pulled over almost every single independent. So the independents are telling you, GOP, they do not want Donald Trump. So you want to sit there and say it was a bunch of Democrats? No, those were a bunch of independents. They do not want to ride on the party line. They know how disastrous Trump has been. They do not want him in office. And when you look at the college education versus the Trump supporters, the college educated people do not want him either.
Right.
Why? Because they're taught to decipher information. They're taught critical thinking.
Right.
You know, and that's the thing. They're able
They've got to think.
They've got to think. You got a man with 91 convictions, or 91 felony counts and 4 indictments and 2 impeachments. How are you backing this man? It makes no sense.
Bingo.
But
Tell him,
anyway,
Shay.
so he's just sweating profusely and dementia's flying everywhere. He also threatened if Nikki Haley got into office, she would be investigated. So this is a man that is screaming, you know, the Biden DOJ is corrupt and you're investigating and that's wrong. Meanwhile, he's threatening Nikki Haley because supposedly he has some information on her because she worked for him in the office, right? That she would be investigated.
Ooh. Oh.
I mean, he's Roy Cohn all over. Like, it's pathetic. Anyway, I know. I'm way past my time. Keep your heads up. It's looking good. Biden got 53% of the vote, wrote in and everything.
Tell him, Shay.
Let's go, people. Let's go, true patriots. Love you so much, Kingdom. Have a great day.
All right, have a great day, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up to the beautiful Shay. We're keeping the door to the floor, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we do over here. Hey, let's go. Thank you, Shay. Hey, let's go, let's go. Okay, who do we got next, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, my goodness. Let's go. Oh, my God, the beautiful Miss Boss Diva, my partner in crime. How you doing?
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm all right. You know, just, doing what we do in the morning.
Looking good as usual.
Thank you.
Every single day.
Thank you so much. I
Yeah,
appreciate
that picture you put up of Sambo Scott was like, wow. He had the biggest watermelon Kool-Aid smile I have ever seen. That is so embarrassing.
Yeah.
That is
See,
so
I
embarrassing.
did that, right?
I just love you. I just love you, Trump. I love you, Trump. They don't want you to be president no more.
Right?
I love you,
Straight
Trump.
facts.
Oh my God, that was so terrible.
That's what he did, though.
Somebody need to spray him with some de-cooning spray. Anybody, hey, straight facts, you got your de-cooning spray? We gonna need that, man.
Oh my God.
All these coons are coming out the woodwork. You know what I mean? Different parts of the forest or something. I don't know what's going on, but
you saw him. You saw him just tooting it up like that for Trump, right?
Like you said, and then the picture that you showed after and dancing, Sambo dancing, tap dancing.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's ridiculous. I just couldn't believe he was smiling like that. I said, look at that picture. I know that rig is gonna drag him all night.
Yeah.
That's gonna be.
I'm gonna come by there and see it over there in Union Gang headquarters. All right, I know what y'all do.
You haven't been over there in a while.
Oh, Zeus gets busy. I'm out here getting active in these streets. You know how that goes, Miss Boss Diva.
Too busy dragging MAGA, huh?
Well, in real life, Zeus has other affairs to tend to. You know how that goes, all right?
Oh yeah, there's also real life, right?
Yeah. A lot of these folks, these Trump supporters, they'll drain you if you let them. They'll try to drain everything out of you. All right, I'm not gonna let them do that.
Don't let them do you like that.
Tell them.
Don't let them do me like that either. You know what I mean? I just let them cry.
Amen.
Let them cry.
Amen.
I gotta check in with you, Zeus. That's all I do right now. For the moment, I'm not. I don't have any news or anything like that. But much love to you.
All right.
Love to
Same
the
to you.
kingdom, everybody. Hope everybody have a good day. Stay safe in them TikTok streets, baby.
All right. All right. Well, you as well, Miss Boss Diva, and thank you so much for all that you do. All right. I really do appreciate it.
No, I love you too, and thank you for everything you do. And you have a good day, sweetie
All
pie.
right. You too, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up to the beautiful Miss Boss Diva. You know how it is when we get around each other. All right. Hey.
Just as fine as me.
Hey.
She's a bad, bad girl.
Let's go. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's bring up our next panelist. Who do we got next? Oh my goodness, it's the beautiful Takesha. Good morning, Takesha. How are you doing?
Hey Zeus, how are you?
I'm all right. I am all right. And it's lovely to see you this morning.
Well, thank you. Today is my grandbaby's birthday. She's 5.
Tell her we said happy birthday. Oh my
She's 5
God.
years old, Zeus. I
5.
can't believe
Wow.
that she's been here 5 years.
Wow. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I'm so full of joy this morning, I tell you.
Oh my God. What are you doing for her?
Well, her actual birthday party is on Sunday. She's having a glow party.
Oh. Okay.
But today her mom's dad want to take the immediate family to Chuck E. Cheese. You know, I don't want to go no Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, you don't want to do no Chuck E. Cheese?
Unless I'm gonna get me some pizza and salad, child.
Oh
Maybe
my
I go to
God.
Chuck E. Cheese for just to eat. I ain't got
Listen.
time to be running around behind no grandbaby. I'm getting old. Our grandma getting old.
You better get it. You better take you. What is that? Get you some of that Ben Gay and stuff like that. You know, get you
Well,
some of
I ain't
that.
never been gay, so I'll
Get
find
some of
something
that.
else
Get
to
some of
put
that
on me.
ointment and get to running. All right,
I'll
listen.
put some. I'll put some. Maybe I'll find some Benna Freak. I don't know, but I'll find something to rub on me. Anything. Anything to
Maybe you want to
rub.
call Hunter Biden. You want to call Hunter
Oh,
Biden?
baby, call Honey and tell him to meet me at Chuck E. Cheese. We can go back there with the bathroom at where nobody won't see us.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
But
Oh
listen,
Lord.
Zeus.
Talk to us.
I saw a supporter of Ronnie Rump Trump. That's his new name. I done went from Leaky Cheeks to Ronnie Rump. So the man asked her, "What would you do if Donald Trump loses?" She said, "I would rather die."
Really?
You would rather leave your family back here because Velcro toothpaste snatching on lost an election. These
Yep.
people have truly lost their minds. And she was dead serious.
Yeah. Yeah. A
What?
lot of.
Go
They
ahead.
have no identity. Like I said, they have no souls, right? They became vassals of transgression, and so yeah, there is no life without Donald Trump. Isn't that amazing?
That is so awful because were you not living before he got in office? I mean, or were you just existing until he came along? That is real ridiculous. I'm very disturbed by the things that these supporters say. But listen, next week I want y'all to pay attention.
Talk to us.
This is gonna be the word at the rally next week. And you know, we tried to give Crooked Hillary 10,000 National Guard to secure the Capitol.
I saw what you
And
just
she
did.
turned it down.
I saw what you just did.
Next week it's gonna be Hillary Clinton that didn't want the National Guard because you done went from Nancy Pelosi to Nikki Haley, and then we're gonna go to Hillary Clinton. And then what's gonna happen this week? You're gonna hear his supporters say, "Did you hear what Trump said? He's finally let out the truth. It was that darn Nick."
Where did you go, Takesha? Where did you go now? Are you there?
He said, where did you go
Oh,
now?
you got it. You got it. Echo. Someone gave you a call.
I
Are you
got
there?
it.
Uh-oh, come on back up. Finish what you were saying. I heard what you said. I heard what you said. Send help, Takesha. Come on back up. Where did you go? Where did you go, Takesha? Oh my goodness. I think she got a call, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, okay, there she is. All right. Let's do it again.
out that call my phone when I'm online, and they don't want nothing. But anyway, Z.
Ain't
So
it funny how that works?
You know that's gonna be the next thing. Oh
Yeah.
my God, that Nikki Haley, she was the one responsible for calling the National Guard. Trump said it. And whatever
Yeah.
Trump says, no matter how loony it sounds, it's gotta be true.
And we're they ain't that smart, right? That's the
They're
problem.
not
They're not so smart.
listen, they're not smart at all. They swear they worried about securing the border when they ain't even securing them chickens running around in their backyard.
Nope. Nope. And that's facts. That's facts, no lies detected.
So we can see whose mental capacity is declining.
Donald Trump's, right?
Is running rump Trump.
Bingo. Bingo, bingo, bingo.
And so I wanted to make this last announcement.
Okay.
Today is Rowdy Wednesday. So my friend Rowdy Gentleman
Where
is
is he
going
at?
to go live between 5 and 6. And I want y'all to go and friend his page and join him on his live later on.
5 and 6 Eastern time? Where's he at?
Yeah. We're in
Okay.
Birmingham. We're in Alabama.
Oh, both of y'all out there. Okay.
Yeah, so he'll be going live. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to join today because, like I said, it's my grandbaby's birthday. But I'm
Right.
sure he'll have good information for everybody. So please, please, please go and follow my friend Rowdy Gentleman and join his live today.
Fair enough. All right.
Thank you,
Well.
Zeus.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up to the beautiful Takesha. No lies detected. All right. Thank you, Takesha. Let's go, let's go. All right, let's bring up our next panelist. Oh my goodness, let's see who we have next. Okay. Who's this? Who is this right here, ladies and gentlemen? Who do we have right here? Going once. I think this is MAGA Wi-Fi. Good morning, Hans. Good morning.
Okay, let me just start with this.
Oh God.
You
Hans.
guys are no better than the Trump supporters that you claimed are idiotic.
Really?
No better. Because realistically, you guys do the same exact thing. Instead of trying to better yourselves, you guys do the same exact actions.
Well, wait a second. Hans, you're going too fast. Do you have any proof? You know we had this conversation before.
Okay, hold on. The
Where
fact that you
where are you
guys...
getting it from? Where are you getting this
Okay,
proof from?
so the fact that you guys are claiming all these things the same way that the Trump supporters themselves do the same exact thing to you.
Like what?
Oh, let's say, you claim they're racist, and you believe that they all think the same exact way, which is quite untrue.
Right.
Because
Do you, Hans? You're MAGA, right?
I would say yes.
Okay, so you hang out with folks that believe Donald Trump and everything he says, correct?
Not all of them do, though. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Well,
Not
I
everything
guarantee
that
you.
is
I guarantee
okay.
you. Let me ask you, Hans. Do you think Donald Trump was right when he said, who's responsible? When I say who's responsible for the attack on the Capitol on January 6th, who do you think is responsible?
Well, for starters, I would say that it was the
Come on, come
well,
on.
not the governor at the time, but
But
the
Donald Trump, right?
sergeant.
Donald Trump, right? You believe Donald Trump was responsible for the attack on the
No,
Capitol?
no. There's multiple. I mean, he could be a part of it, but there's a lot more to it than that.
But who started the whole "it's rigged" lie? Who started that lie?
Well, I mean, technically, that whole thing was blown out of proportion.
Okay,
I would say that.
Hans. Remember earlier you said I think all Trump supporters think the same thing, right? And they think and behave the same way. You remember earlier you said that?
Well, Yeah.
Yeah, you know why I believe that is true? Because that question and many more are examples of things Trump supporters believe. Things you got to, in order to be a Trump supporter, Hans,
hold on.
you
Let
have
me
to
say
believe.
something real quick, okay? The fact was that these people that marched into the Capitol, they weren't thinking, they were in so much emotion at the time that they would do anything to.
but Hans, and
I would put the blame onto them, not Trump,
Hans, listen,
because of their action.
Hans, I agree, but they would not have been there if Donald Trump didn't tell them to show up.
Not necessarily.
And on that note, sir, I'm going to ask that you really think about this conversation, all right? And ask yourself, who would have showed up at a Stop the Steal rally if the president of the United States didn't invite
So
them?
wait. Now it's a
Okay?
rally.
Huh?
Now it's a rally.
Yeah, it was advertised as a rally, but they turned it into something more dangerous, right?
But that's the individuals
But whose rally was it, by the way, Hans? Donald Trump's?
Well, I mean,
or was okay? You only got two choices. Was it President Biden's rally or was it Donald Trump's rally?
well, technically.
Who would you, if you had to bet $100,000 to get the
Oh,
money?
okay,
Who would you
okay.
say?
I
Who
get
would you
what you're
say it
trying to
was?
do.
Huh?
But I'm not going to play your little game.
Okay, so you're gonna lie.
What?
You're gonna lie today. You came onto my platform to lie, Hans.
Oh, I know who's right.
I gotta let
It's
you go,
Trump. It's
Hans.
Trump's
Listen,
rally.
thank you.
But
It's Trump's rally, and on that note, Hans, this conversation is now officially over. All right. Jesus Christ, Hans! Don't do that to me, Hans. Hans, I'm serious. I tried to have a serious conversation with you. All right, and I believe you came on here in good faith to try to get some answers, right? Because maybe in these other lives we talk in, people don't get to hear each other speak, and so I gave you that moment. And the fact that it took you so long to answer the question about whose rally it was, it just shows me that I've been right the entire time when I say all MAGA are this, that, and whatever. If I say all Trump supporters are racist, I'm right. All right. If I say they're all traitors, I'm right. They're insurrectionists, they're treasonous, thugs. Yes, I'm right. They're inhumane. I'm right, Hans, because you have an issue when it comes to the truth, all right? And I really do hope you get that worked out. Let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. Let's bring up our next guest. Brother Swerve. Oh my God, where is he at right there? Good morning, Brother Swerve. How are you doing? Trump supporters, don't come into this live believing lies. All right, seriously, it's annoying. Good morning, Swerve.
Good morning, my friend. I just got one request, Zeus. Please don't ask me no trick questions like whose rally was it? Okay, just don't go asking me trick questions. Now, what you say is your favorite part of the show has also become my favorite part of the show.
Which the sentencing?
The sentencing. Because it just cracks me up because every time you show one of these fools, and I'm gonna try to be cool and just call them fools. Let's just leave it at that. Every time I see one of these fools sentenced, thinking to myself, they gave it up for Donald Trump. This man sleeping in the penthouse at Trump Tower. He got his mansion up in upstate New York. He's got Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
He's got Bedminster. What do they got? A 9x9 cell with a steel bed and a mattress that's 3 inches thick.
This is sad. This is super sad.
And a blanket. At the bottom of that blanket, there's a tag on that blanket that says caution may cause cancer. Okay, so it's not something you're supposed to be using all the time.
Right.
So what these people gave up. Take our veterans.
Right.
We have this saying in the veterans community. Some all gave some, but some gave all.
Tell them.
Right? That means we veterans, we gave up quite a bit. Some of them gave up their lives for a cause, for an ideal that was greater than them.
Right.
They had a belief that was bigger than them. They had an ideal that was greater than them. They had an idea, and ideas have power.
Bingo.
Words have power behind them.
Bingo.
And when these people went and did what they did on January 6th, they listened to the wrong set of words. They listened to the words of power from a lying buffoon who basically riled them up, egged them on, and now they have nothing except the right to remain silent.
Yep.
They lost every right they had.
Yeah.
They don't even, Zeus, they don't even have the right to take a dump when they want to. They don't even have that right anymore.
Wow.
You will shower when I tell you to shower. You will eat when I tell you to eat. You will sleep when I tell you to sleep. Those are the only right. And I can't believe these people with families, Zeus.
Yeah.
Kids at home, a wife at home, mothers.
Yep.
Mothers with kids at home, husbands and wives together with somebody babysitting their kids.
Yep.
And the babysitter sitting there watching them on TV playing Honky Kong all across the walls and scaffolding of the Capitol and seeing them go in going, well, I can't be babysitting for no 5 years.
Wow.
I ain't babysitting nobody for 5 years. And you making 18 cents an hour cutting license plates ain't gonna cut it.
Tell them.
So they can go ahead and they can handle, they did what they did. They did the crime. Now they got to do the time. The second they walked away from that ellipse and broke through those barriers at the Capitol, they were in violation of the law, and they deserve every sentence handed down. Every day, every minute, every second, every year.
Yep.
And over 800 years of sentencing has been passed out to MAGA supporters, not Antifa.
Nope.
Not BLM.
Right.
Not undercover FBI agent. All MAGA supporters. So, with that being said, my brother, I'm going to go ahead and let you get back to managing the affairs of the kingdom.
All righty then.
You all have a great and fun day, and doggone it, be safe while you do it.
All righty then, ladies and gentlemen. All right, you two. Thank you, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Brother Swerve a round of applause. One of the bad boys in the kingdom.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? When you were 18.
You hear this, MAGA? This is a show of force.
School and learn the golden rule. So why are you acting like a bloody fool? If you get hot, then you must get
cool. Bad boy, bad boy. You see this, MAGA? It's a show of force. You know, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't noticed it lately, on this app, the spirit of MAGA is being broken daily. All right, and it's because they have ran out of places to hide. They've ran out of excuses to use. Every single MAGA excuse that they've ever engineered has been debunked and sentenced to the pits of hell where it truly belongs. It's actually where it came from. They are watching their leader, Donald J. Trump, single-handedly lose every day. They get online now and they have no new information to bring to us. All they want to do is get you caught up in their little jungle gym of conspiracy theories and so-called misinformation to try to dissuade you from seeing what's really going on, which is President Biden is clearly winning. Yeah, it did come from the pits of hell. You're totally right. All right, let's bring up our next panelist, Queen Flea. How are you doing, my good friend? How are you doing? I told you I was going to get to you, all right? How are you doing?
Well, hello.
Well, hello. How are you doing? How's that big black truck of yours?
Okay, I have to talk to you, Zeus.
Talk to me.
I want to be known for something other than the big black truck.
Oh, I love that truck, though.
Me too. But
right.
I have
oh, you got something else.
I guess I have a beautiful rooster. Let me see if I can't. Oh no! Don't! I don't want to show you me. Although I did get. I have a beautiful rooster, and you know, Zeus, I make a policy to name only my roosters.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
The big black
I have a
rooster.
beautiful rooster named Zeus.
Oh,
Look at my
really?
beautiful rooster named Zeus.
Wow. Zeus is looking
That's
large
my
and
rooster
in
named
charge.
Zeus. This guy.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. Look at
How
him.
old is he?
Look at
How
him.
old
He's
is he?
awesome, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. I love him.
I think he's
Standing there.
Yeah, he's.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Look at him.
Wow, Zeus. Zeus, come on over here, Zeus. I know you hear me. He's just not listening, huh? Are you there, Queen? Are you there, Queen Flea? I can't hear you. I think we've lost her. I think the internet connection has been officially overloaded. Oh my God. Zeus is out there strutting. Queen Flea, I think we lost the connection. Oh my goodness, Queen Flea, send a request and come on back. Yes, yes, yes. Zeus said, what are you doing filming me and showing me out here doing God's work? Cut it out, right, Queen Flea? Queen Flea, come on back. I think we lost you. Oh my goodness. Yes, you see, ladies and gentlemen, the truth is getting out there. That is so amazing and honorable. What are you saying, Hans? You can't be serious if you think it was only Trump and then you're not Hans, please. Just stop typing, all right? And really listen, all right? Listen, these folks in the audience, they will help you understand that Donald Trump was responsible for the attack on the Capitol on January 6th. All right? With all due respect, all right? Stick to Rula, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, Zeus.
Okay, I see you, Queen. Good morning.
One thing I like to touch on this morning is the first thing that you were talking about this morning was Tim Scott, right?
Yeah.
So the only time that Donald Trump has had a bromance that I've known of is either with Vladimir Putin and our other boy Kim Jong-un. Right. So excuse this real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and apologize. I'm gonna rename him Tim Kun-un. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He's got to be Tim Kun-un, and that's his new nickname with me. I'm gonna ride it out till the wheels fall off.
What?
Somebody was talking about, yeah, he wants to be vice president so bad. I think Donald Trump is. Yeah, Donald Trump wants to get the black vote somehow, some way, and I don't think he's gonna get it with Tim Kun-un. So I just want to put that out there. Right.
Tim Kun-un, he's not black, right? He's not black, right? Grandpa,
No. He's definitely not. That's first thing. Second thing, I want to be a reminder to you Trump supporters. Donald Trump is not for this country.
Right.
And now here's my proof. Here's my evidence. During the time of the shutdown, when there was a looming shutdown,
right.
First of all, under his presidency, he said that would be wrong. Right. They need to come together. They need to figure it out. Under Biden's presidency, he says, even though this is affecting the whole country, he says that I'm not the president, so I don't care. If they shut it down, they shut it down. As a matter of fact, I want them to shut it down.
Bingo.
Same thing with the economy, people. He says the same thing with the economy. He wants the economy to basically go under.
Yeah.
He wants it to. So does he really care about the American people? This is the reminder. Okay. Nope. Don't forget. This is what he said.
Yeah.
This is how he feels. He doesn't care as long as he looks good, not the country.
Bingo.
You know. So it's just a reminder. And yes, OJ did it. OJ did it. So,
we got OJ. We bringing OJ back. How did OJ get into this? Are they still talking about OJ?
Man, listen.
Jesus Christ.
The only thing that OJ didn't do was get convicted. That's the only thing OJ didn't do was get convicted. Well, he got convicted in Nevada, but I'm just saying, with that case, that's the only thing he didn't do. But black man to black man, OJ did it. You understand? So if I can say that, MAGA, put your lips together.
Did
Practice
you ever
it.
think he didn't do it
Donald.
though?
Exactly. Never. I never thought he didn't do it. I never thought he didn't do it. There was no doubt in my mind that that he did it. And I'm talking about OJ. And with Donald Trump, I'm willing to sit back, let him go through trial. I'm willing to let him go through what he has to go through due process. But I just want everybody to understand the reminder is he does not care about you. It's all about him. Right now, his platform, as far as what he's running on, is I mean, what Nikki Haley was supposed to call the National Guard. I mean, what is that?
That's what we call deflection.
Yeah, I mean, he beat Barack Obama. I mean, like, really, are you serious? Are you serious? So that's the reminder. That's me, Stick the Ruler, telling all of you guys, don't forget, this is what your Lord and Savior, your orange Lord and Savior said. And by the way, he has a little bit of a crush, or should I say Tim Scott has a little bit of crush on him.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, y'all don't, you guys don't too much care for that. Y'all don't care for that. So let's keep it G. Yeah. Let's keep it G.
Tell them.
You guys really don't like that, but because it's Tim Scott and or Tim Kuhn, y'all okay with it. So I'm just gonna leave that there, Zeus.
Thank you.
I didn't hear any lightning bolts, so it must mean I'm still TikTok friendly.
You are.
Okay,
that was
okay.
clean. That's clean. All right, that was above the belt.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Well, again, I heard my bell. Thank you for letting me in the kingdom.
You're
and
welcome.
I'm still rooting out and trying to get that, snicky nose, snicky. I'm trying to be a bad boy. But
You're
all right,
on your
Zeus,
way.
have a good
You're
one.
on your way. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it to Stick the Ruler. Oh my God. He knows what's going on. All right. Oh, listen, ladies and gentlemen. All right. There you go. Oh my goodness. Listen, we're almost at the tail end of the show. All right, and that means Zeus is about to get up out of here. All right, Gina, how are you doing?
Oops, good morning. Hold on.
How are you?
Good, how are you
dogs? I'm all right. How are the doggies?
Up. Could you hear us?
Good morning, handsome Zeus. All right, yes, I do.
There's Koopy. I took him out of the cage today.
Koopy, hello. Are you going to press it, Koopy?
Yep, he will. Here, he has another message.
Trump belongs in prison. I love it.
And we voted. Look.
Oh, you voted. Oh, my.
That's why I wanted to come on here, because I want to tell you I am in New Hampshire.
Yes, you voted.
Let me tell you, people.
Is the orange demon away? He's out of there now, right?
Right, exactly.
Good. You survived.
My neighbor, well, there's a neighbor that I have, a Trumper, and I don't know why I don't understand.
Wow.
It hurts my heart, but I know most of my neighbors here are independents, and they just voted for Nikki Haley, just because.
Yeah,
and
wow.
And they didn't even registering Republican.
Really?
They're like, well, yeah, you have to register Republican to vote.
Right, yeah.
And as soon as they voted, they went and they changed their party, because they don't want any.
They don't like them either. They don't like them either, is what you're saying. Wow.
Well, it's not really the Republicans. I can't say that. It's the Trumplicans. Because not all Republicans are bad. I'm not going to say that. That's not nice to say.
Well, yeah, we can't say all Republicans, but we can say about MAGA. We can definitely talk about those who are for the cult, right? The movement.
I know. Because I feel that guy that came on here saying that, we're being mean and you're being mean, basically. We're doing the same thing, but we're not. I just want to let him know. Can I talk to him?
Go ahead, talk to Hans.
Hans, I don't understand. We don't hate you. We don't hate anybody. Basically, what we don't like is Trump, a criminal who's hurting our country, who divided us and lied. He did lie. And you guys, the people on January 6th, ate it up and went there and did that. And they're responsible mostly, but still, Trump should be punished for what he did.
He's
That's
not
what I'm gonna
innocent.
tell him. He's
He's
definitely
not innocent. He's not innocent, conservative Democrat. Cut it out.
no.
Please.
He's guilty as heck.
Hey, Ange. Yeah, very guilty.
Here, Dexter Cooper. One more message.
Trump belongs in prison. I love it. Even the dogs know. Conservative Democrat. Even the dogs know.
My dogs are smarter than Trumpers. His
Look
leg is
at him.
getting better.
Oh, he's looking real strong.
I gave him
Wow.
a bathtub.
Oh wow. Wow.
So, yeah, his eyes were all goopy and stuff, but he's getting better.
How much longer until he's 100%?
Like 2 more months, I hope.
Okay. Well, you're doing an excellent job getting him back, all right, on track. And thank you again for teaching those beautiful dogs these tricks. All right.
Yeah.
It's amazing that they know more than 90% of these Trump supporters. Actually, 100% of them. Oh, he's all right.
We love what you do, Bruce, and appreciate you guys and everybody that's in here. And like I said, we don't hate it. Trump. The difference between the Democratic Party and the Republican Party is the Democrats have more morals, and they don't see it. It's like they're saying that we're the ones with no morals, but they support Trump.
Bingo.
I don't understand.
Tell him.
Anyways.
Tell him, Gina. All right. Well, listen. Thank you so
You all
much.
have a good day.
All
Thank you
right,
for letting us up here.
You're welcome, and have a great rest of your morning.
Bye, Kingdom. You too. Thank you. Bye.
All righty then. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Who do we got next? It's our friend, the beautiful Cece. Hello. How are you doing?
Can you hear me okay, buddy?
I can. How are you doing, Cece? Long
I'm
time no
hanging
Cece.
in, honey. It's been a struggle, buddy. I'm hanging in.
Same here. It's been a struggle like you wouldn't believe, but I'm so glad to see you.
Thank you. It's so good to see you, but I'm always here. You don't see me, but I see you.
Oh, listen, then bring it in, Cece. Hugs.
If you know what I mean, buddy. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do know what you mean.
I want you to be careful with London, okay?
Who? Who?
Do you know who London is?
I don't know who London is.
Fake Tata.
Oh, the Russian bear. Yeah, that was interesting. You heard about that, huh? You heard about that.
I did. She been on the hunt for you, dog. She been on the hunt for you.
She's been looking for Zeus.
Oh, she wasn't alive last night and wasn't getting the audience that she wanted. So she left be in London to go back to her normal sorry self. I was in a live last night, and you know how we all go to different lives,
right?
And I had some woman that she's from upstate. She's from New York City, I believe.
Yeah.
And I can't think of her name because she's immaterial to me, but she thinks that I was following her.
Uh-oh.
And, I go to Boss, I go to Dane, I go to Yule, I go to Oil, and I'm not I'm not following anybody.
Yeah.
But they were attacking me left and right. But I will say, Boss took care of me. He said, oh no, you are not going to do, and I wasn't even in the live. I was in the comments,
Right.
And, I was just disagreeing, and they can't take it, Zeus.
They can't.
They're the most uneducated people I have come across.
They are.
It's getting worse, Zeus. It's getting worse.
Well, I told you. I love it. They're losing their mind.
They're losing it. And I love it. We all love it. And I love what you do. You know that.
I do. I appreciate all that you do as well. All right, but keep up the good work. and keep making them lose whatever's left of their minds, all right? Because they ain't using it for the right thing anyway.
Oh yeah, yeah. They bring no truth. They bring no truth,
Absolutely.
and I'm going to let them know every single day that they
Yeah.
don't bring the truth.
They don't.
You
All they
want the
bring is
truth?
lies.
Come to Zeus. He will give you the. But you have a wonderful day, my friend.
All righty.
I love you.
I
You're the
love you as
best.
well. Thank
You're
you.
the best.
Thank you so
in the
much.
West.
The
You're
best in the West. I love it. Thank you so
best
much,
in the West,
Cece.
buddy, and you have a wonderful day.
All right, you as well. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Cece. No lies detected. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, listen up. We do have to land this plane and depart. All right, Zeus has other affairs to tend to. All right, I might have to do the closet of truth later. I don't know. It depends on how things shape up around here. All right. Good morning, Yazzie Jazzy. Cut it out, Mr. Nice Guy. You see me at work, and I hope you find a job one day as well. But before we get out of here, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and take care of some housekeeping items. Well, first of all, you all deserve a round of applause. All right, to the subscribers, I had quite a bit today. Thank you. To the gifters, all right. To the moderators and the panelists, you deserve a round of applause. You really do. You do God's work, all right. And one last round of booze and shame to all of the Zeus haters out there. You see them, they come in here and they try to troll the live. They try to spread lies and misinformation. They make allegations. These are some nasty, sick people out here, ladies and gentlemen. They really are. All right. So to the Zeus haters, my critics, my detractors, and this anyone else who's got nothing but evil and hate in their heart, let's give them one last round of booze and shame. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, take care. Have a safe day. Stay safe out here in these TikTok streets. And I'll be there even when you don't think I am. Most handsome in the kingdom. And I really am. This is a job. But Mr. Nice Guy, send that lion, all right? The real lion, the big dog one. Good. Thank you, Stacy. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I stand when I'm looking like Zeus. And take off those sanctions you've been placing on my friend, Mr. Nice Guy. Be a man for once, all right? We got 100,000 likes. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I made my own rules. I'm a guy, call me Zeus. I'll see you tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Yazzie Jazzy. Thank you, Tiffany. If you living like a bum, get away from me. Mickey P, thank you so much. You are not so bad yourself. I can't hang around with you. You fall in love too quick. You a high risk. Nicks all in the mix. I put a bounty on your angel. Thank you so much. Let's go. Time to let loose with the truth. Hey, later, Hector. Hey, little mama, let me play with your caboose. I know the Garvin, thank you so much. Player hating on the gods, but he's such a dude. Hey, I tried to be patient, but you like a fuse. I'm catching all these snakes like a mongoose. Thank you, DJ Sam. Y'all be safe out there, all right? That's why they call me Zeus. This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus. This is how I sound. Seven, let's go. Hey. This is how I stare when I'm looking like Queen Flea. I saw you. When I'm moving like hey, I won't bother your shame. Keep up the good work. You're the range off limits. Cool till I pull up like Zeus. Thunder in the sky like you rap like Zeus. Yeah, he's winning in those indictments, conservative Democrat. And thank you. You say you want it Renee, please be careful. All right, you too. I gotta choose. If you play around with love, then you're guaranteed to lose. I didn't make the game of rules, so don't play me like a fool. If you can't swim, don't be in the pool. Even though I'm hot, people telling me be cool. I'm just sitting on the throne while you looking like a go. Time to let loose with the truth. Yeah, grab your goose. Hey, little mama, let me play with your caboose. I know the ladies love me cause I'm sweet like a tooth. Let's go. Hating on the guys, I'm such a douche. Try to be patient, but you act like a fetus. Hey. Catching all these snakes like a mongoose. Oh, and yeah, I'm the one that they choose. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Ed. That's why they call me Zeus. This
This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus.
Let's go, let's go.
When I'm moving like Zeus. So be playing with my mood when I'm moving like Zeus.
Here we go.
You're thinking that you're cool till I pull up like Zeus.
Hey, much love and appreciation to you, Ian.
I make my own rules. I'm a god.
Here we go.
I just want to buy.
Reggie, where are you? Let's get to the range part.
780 votes.
Right.
Which is one more than we have.
It is.
Now mine on the beat, kicking hard like Groove.
Okay, here we go.
Better call it truth.
Donald Trump is
I can dance the box in the jungle like a kangaroo.
Let's give it to him one more time, ladies and gentlemen.
Lindsay on the beat like Zeus.
He's deranged.
Love on the beat like Zeus.
He's deranged.
R-S-C on the beat.
He's deranged.
Yeah, you heard that.
He's deranged. Jack Smith. He's deranged. Jack Smith. He's deranged. Jack Smith.
It's me.
He's deranged.
It's Zeus.
Jack Smith. Donald Trump is indicted and they take
one
charge and they turn it into 36 charges. And he's a big Trump hater. Ultimately, he's a Trump hater. And his wife is even more of a Trump hater.
Uh-oh, we got it. All right. All right, now listen, ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. I got to do one last round. Well, first off is this. What do I want to end this show on? Let's see. And then we're going to drop the bomb. You know I got the nuclear bomb over here. Let's see, where is it? All right.
Every time the radical left Democrats, Marxists, communists, and fascists indict me, I consider it a great badge of courage.
All right. And let me drop the bomb for you.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.